depicting how the data is being pre-processed in the RapidMiner Studio. First of all, I created a repository named experiment1 and I created two subfolders, data and process, and I added the dataset car to this data subfolder. To start with the pre-processing of the data, first of all we have to drag and drop this dataset into the design phase. After that, here I am handling the missing values. For that, we can use either filter example operator. So by using this filter example operator, we can remove the rows that are having the missing values, and here we can change the condition class as no missing attributes. So if I run it, we can see the missing values are being replaced. Here the actual data set is having many missing values. So the another method for handling the missing values is replacing the missing value. So I am using this replacing missing values. Missing value operator, and the connection is being made, and in this I am giving this for a single attribute, and the attribute I am selecting is attribute 2, and in this I am taking the average of all the values in this attribute 2 and replacing the missing values with that average. So if I run, we can see the attribute 2 which all had the missing values are being replaced by the average value 122. The next one is discretized by frequency, or it is also called binning. This one is used for making a range. So in this I am giving the connections, and I am taking a single attribute, and that attribute be attribute 2, and if I am giving the number of bins as 3, and if I run it, we can see for the attribute 2 the ranges are being shown. So to see this, just click on this attribute 2, and if we take out these details, we can see how these are being ranged. And the next one is normalizing. The normalizing is being used for ranging. That is, if there are in a numbered attribute, if we want to compare, and if it contains both point numbers and real numbers, then it will be difficult if we need any comparison. So at that case, if we give a range, that is, here I am giving the method range transformation. So here I am able to give the range. So I am giving here 0 and 1 row. So if I run it, you can see all the values are between the 0. So it makes the comparison easier. The next is sampling. Sampling is used if we want to make a study of some of the samples, because this dataset contains many records. So if we need a specified number of records, we can mention using sample operator. So here I can give you sample size as 8. So if I run, you can see only 8 records are being displayed here. And the next one is correlation matrix. Correlation matrix is being used to make the relationship between the attributes. So in this correlation matrix there are 2 output ports. So if I run this, you can see there is a relationship between the attributes, that is in rows and in columns these attributes are being mentioned, and we can see the diagonal elements are being given as 1, that is this attribute 2 and attribute 2 are equal in this. And here we can see positive numbers, that means when attribute 1 increases, that attribute 2 also increases, and when attribute 1 decreases, the attribute 2 also decreases. When negative values comes, that means when attribute 3 increases, attribute 2 decreases, and when attribute 3 decreases, attribute 2 increases. And when 0 comes, it means that there is no relationship between the 2 attributes.